Steed Creative Agencies.
And in the studio with me today, I say good morning to Taryn and Tanita. Good morning.
Good morning, Titch and Viva.
And thanks for coming in today.
Thank you for having us again.
If our listeners are wondering what it is that you do or what's the quality of your work, just go look at the Link FM Facebook page. And we were just chatting yesterday, incidentally, and we were just saying, we don't actually give our page enough attention in a sense that we need to drive listeners to Link FM's Facebook page. So I'm going to do that now. Get along to Facebook, search Link FM and go check out the Link FM Facebook page. Yesterday was our 29th birthday, and Steed Creative Agencies created a really awesome 1 minute 68, no, it can't be 1 minute 68, 58, 1 minute 58 second video of like the history over the last 12 months of Link FM. Who did that?
I did.
Oh, Taryn, such a nice little video there.
Thank you.
So go check it out, and that's the kind of stuff that you can get from Steed Creative Agencies, all right? Now, last time we spoke to you guys, we covered the first steps that you should be taking for your business when starting up. This week, we're taking a look at the first steps you should take for your business, your marketing in general, okay? Who's going to go first? Tanita, what is a domain? What is a domain name? And how do you choose the right one for your business?
Yeah. All right. Okay, so your domain name is your address for your business, and it's not just for your website.
Is that meaning the at so-and-so, the at whatever?
Yes, it's that's that last part on your email. So the at is present on an email address.
That's your domain.
But it's generally when you go on Google and you look for a business and it's https:// then that name that comes up.
Yes.
That's your domain name.
Is that your domain? Okay.
And that's going to be your email, your name on your email as well.
Okay.
Okay. And it's really important that you ensure that the domain name that you're registering is spelled correctly, is easy for people to remember.
Yes.
Okay. And is in the correct extension. So what an extension is that last little part of your domain that says .co.za, .com, .net. So just to give you a bit of a brief explanation on those, is your .co.za is meant for local businesses, and .co.za is specific to South African local businesses. So if you trade locally only, or you're a service-based company and you only serve the local industry, then the .co.za is the best for you, and it's actually the cheapest domain.
Okay.
Yeah. and a .com, if you are trading globally, .com's for you. There are so many other domain extensions out there. So just to give you a little bit of a tip, if you are a specialized business, like you work in the education field, then you need to look into specialized domains, like an AC.za. There's a process to get these, but there's a weight that gets carried behind these domains, because not any Joe Soap can go and register an AC.za or any other specialized domain. So when you have those that extension, it's like a credential that's put at the end of your domain to say you are a registered academic business. So you really need to know what is the correct business for your audience and for your type of company, and also avoid punctuation in your domain name. It gets confusing to people, and you also need to remember, whatever domain name you pick, when you're on the phone with somebody and you need to give them an email address, that domain name is going to get spelt out. So avoid something long and ridiculous and spelt incorrectly. It needs to be as close to your business name as possible. Unfortunately, most abbreviations are going to be taken. So don't try and put the whole alphabet in there, but do try and get as close to your business name as possible, and keep it short and sweet and the correct extension.
Okay. Some handy advice there. Taryn, which social media platforms should new businesses open accounts on?
Well, Titch, you don't need to be everywhere, just where your audience is. You've got a good starting point. Facebook is great for your communities, your updates, and local reach. Instagram is perfect for visuals, branding, and your products. And then you get WhatsApp Business, which is ideal for customer communication. If you're a business to business, it's really good to get onto LinkedIn.
Yes.
And the key rule is to be present where your customers already are. You need to do your homework to see where your clients or your audience are. So demographics is very important.
Yes, would you say TikTok then is, you're not going to have an old age home with a TikTok account?
No, you're not, but you do get it. So I have seen. So I was actually having this discussion with Tanita in the car that yes, not all businesses need to be on TikTok, but it is trending at the moment, and so many random businesses that you don't think would be on TikTok are on TikTok. To be honest, But yes,
it's not going to hurt you to be there.
No, sure. Tanita, how often should businesses post? You know, I mean, oftentimes you think, gee whiz, all I see when I open up my feed is this particular, business. But how often should businesses post? And what does posting ratios, you see that often, what does posting ratios mean?
So the term posting ratio actually has two different meanings. So let's tap the first one quickly with how often and what you should be posting. Okay. Yeah. So that is the type of content you're putting out there, and the general rule of thumb is a 70 to 80. So 80 to 20% and 70 to 30% ratio of entertainment value content and promotional content.
Okay.
So if you look at it this way, 70 to 80% of your content should be behind the scenes, informative, things that encourage interaction. Really start conversations between people and help engagement and following.
Yes.
And then the other 30 to 20% should be your promotional content, pushing either your service or your product. If you are very clever about how you go about things and you manage to make your entertainment content promotional secondary, well, then you're cheating the algorithm and they love you. So that's a great way to go about things. But the other side of that coin with the term posting ratio is actually the size and the shape of your posts, of the content you're putting out there. So every platform's got a best view ratio. And that doesn't mean some size is wrong and some shapes are wrong, but what it does mean is there is a best viewing ratio that on multiple devices your content's going to come up right. So to avoid having these weird little blocks on the side of your posts, or a video that enlarges beyond a screen, or a video that displays in the wrong ratio and is like half the screen and people are squinting one eye to read the wording on it. You need to kind of do your homework and go and take a look at what the best ratio is for the content you're putting onto the platforms.
Okay, and you'd be able to help people with that.
100%.
Absolutely. I've heard this term cross-posting. What is cross-posting, Taryn? And should businesses be doing it?
Well, cross-posting means sharing the same content across different platforms. Yes, businesses should do it, but you should do it smartly. Adjust your captions for each platform. What works for Facebook might not work for Instagram. Resize your images if needed, as Tanita's just touched on. And then don't copy and paste your hashtags. What's trending on Facebook may not be trending on Instagram.
Sure.
Think of it as working smarter, not harder, while still respecting each platform.
But then you need to know. You need to have done some homework.
Yes.
You need to know the
and knowledge is power.
You do need to know, and you do need to do your homework, but and also keep up with the trends because they're changing constantly. What's working today may not work tomorrow.
Exactly. Last question, Tanita. Fixing your URL. Okay. Why is that and usernames important for online marketing?
Okay, so
we're not talking about fixing as in it's broken.
No. We're not talking about a broken link.
Out there. We're fixing as in like...
Yeah, we're talking about optimizing those to work for you, not against you.
Yeah.
So one of the things we see really often is people using the default URL that your profile comes up with. So you create a profile, you put your username in, but then you don't go and check that URL and you just assume it's okay. And this is going to hurt you on search engines, and it's going to hurt you when people want to tag you. So we get this problem all the time when we're trying to tag other businesses into posts, where we type your name in every single way we can think of typing your business name in, and you don't come up. So we battle to tag you.
You're just coming up on Google now.
On
Facebook, on social media platforms.
Okay, all right.
But it does hurt you on search engines like Google as well. So it's a very small thing that as a business you should really check into, and you can change it very easily on your end. But what it is that little part at the top of the browser. Okay, when you're in Facebook on a PC, go click on it where the HTTP is, and go and look. Does it say Facebook page /user 126 hashtag all these other numbers and half the dictionary? Because if it does, you need to change that. And what you need to do is you need to change them across the board so that they are all as close to your username or your domain name as possible. That consistency between platforms is really going to help when people are searching for you on anything.
And
it's quite an easy thing to to change, just go into your profile settings. Every platform's different. We don't have enough time to go into all of those.
Yeah.
But you can also get hold of us, Steve,
Yes.
and we can walk you through those as well and do these small little changes that are going to make a huge difference for your business in the long
Massive
run.
impact.
Yeah, when it comes for searching for your business on social media.
And tagging. And tagging. I mean, you may have, like Tanita was saying, your username's there, but you don't realize your URL is not working for you.
I've had that before, trying to tag. I was down in GQ, Kabecha, and at a B&B and took some pictures, and I wanted to just tag these folk on Facebook when I put up a sort of a thank you post, and I just couldn't find them.
And
Then you got
that's
to go out, you got to do you want to carry on editing or discard, go back, search them, but they're there, you come back, then you try to tag them and they can't find them. And what is that? Is that the URL
That's
issue?
the URL
Most of the
issue.
times it's the URL issue. Sometimes it could be that their actual business name has something on the end, like they've put East London branch or something of the sort. So you just need to be careful with what you're using as your URL and what you're using as your username, that those things are consistent.
Yeah.
And that is, you are able to, if you're smart enough, change that on your
Absolutely,
profile.
yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
And if you want all those things to match right from the get-go, come and get us to register that domain, host
Yeah,
that domain,
yeah.
and sort that out for you.
Fantastic.
Awesome.
Thanks, girls.
Thanks for having us.
All right, this
Absolute
time
pleasure.
last year, Taryn, you were pregnant this time last year, huh?
Yes,
Now that's swapped.
Now they swap.
Tag you're it.
One swell, now the other one swell.
We're blessed at Estate.
Amen.
Thanks, Taryn. Thanks, Tanita.
Marketing Matters was brought to you by Estate Creative Agencies.